Welcome, my dear sixth grade students. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Our lesson today is the first lesson of the fourth unit of the sixth grade curriculum of the academic year 2024-2025. The unit talks about equations and inequalities and consists of three lessons. The first one is solving algebraic equations, and the second and third one is talking about inequalities and how to solve it. Okay, so today we will talk about the definition of the equation, how to solve it, and finding the value of the unknown or the variable within the equation, and the properties of solving the equation. And we will solve many questions and many examples and many equations because this lesson is very important in the sixth grade curriculum, and each questions are always present in any exam. So we must focus very well and solve a lot of exams on these lessons and also on the whole unit. Okay, so let's go. First, we will talk about the definition of the equation and its forms and variables and unknowns and what is meant by solving the equation. The equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to show that the two expressions have the same value. So all of these examples that present in front of you is an equation. So I have like 3 plus 8 equals 11. So this is an equation because the two sides are equal. Here I have r plus 6 equals 14. So the variable plus the number 6 equals 14. But I don't know the value of r. Okay, here I have negative 24 equals x minus 7. So I don't know the value of x, but the two sides are equal. Here I have negative 100 over 2 equals negative 50. Yes, it's correct. The two sides are equal. So all of these are equations because I have the equal signs and the two sides of every equation are equal. Okay, next let's talk about one equation like I have x plus 2 equals 5. I have one variable here. This variable is called the unknown because I don't know the value of this variable. Okay, but if a value for the variable is substituted in the equation and results two equal sides, we say that this value satisfies the equation and it's called a solution for the equation. So in this equation I have x plus 2 equals 5. What is the number that will be added to 2 equals 5 or to get 5? So the value of x will be 3. So I can call 3 is a solution of the equation x plus 2 equals 5. So if I have an example like this, x plus 3 equals 7. What is the value of x? X will be 4. So I can say 4 is the solution for this equation. If I have y minus 5 equals 2. So what is the value of y? So I can say y is 7 because 7 minus 5 equals 2. So 7 is the solution for this equation. So if I wanted to solve an equation, so I can say that solving the equation means finding the value of the unknown. So here I found the value of x. This is the unknown. Here I found the value of y. This is the unknown. So I solve every equation by finding the value of the unknown. which satisfies the equation or making the equation correct. Okay, next we will talk about the properties of solving equations and the different methods of solving them. Okay, first, if I want to add amounts to the both sides of the equation, we must add equal amounts. Okay, so adding equal amounts to both sides of the equation does not affect the equality of the equation. Okay, so I have here a balanced scale. The first side I have 4 kilograms, so here I have 4, and here I have 2 kilograms and a watermelon, and I don't know the mass of this watermelon. Okay, so I can say 2 plus x. Okay, so if I add 1 kilogram to both sides, okay, the scale will be balanced. So adding 1 kilogram here does not affect the equality of the scale. Okay, and if I want to subtract equal amounts from both sides, this also does not affect the equality of the equation. Okay, so here I have 4 kilograms and here I have 2 kilograms and a watermelon. If I subtracted or take away 2 kilograms from both sides, the first side will be 2 and the second side I have just as a watermelon, and the scale will be balanced and does not affect the equality of the scale. Okay, so adding or subtracting equal amounts from both sides of the equation does not affect the equality of the equation. So let's try on these examples. The first one here, I have x minus 3 equals 5. So what is the value of x? I wanted to solve the equation. So I wanted to find the value of the unknown x. Okay, so first from the first side, I can say that x equals 8, because if I subtract 3 from 8, it gives me 5. Okay, so here I can say if I add 3 to both sides, so I will add here 3 and here I will add 3, so it will be x minus 3 plus 3 equals 5 plus 3. And we learned from rational numbers that the sum of a number and its additive inverse always equals 1. So I can say negative 3 plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so the sum of number and its additive inverse always equals 0. Okay, so I can say x plus 0 equals x. Okay, and here I have 5 plus 3 equals 8, so the value of x equals 8. So 8 is a solution for the equation x minus 3 equals 5. The second one here, I have x plus 2 equals 4. From the first side, I can say that x equals 2, okay, because 2 plus 2 equals 4. But if I want to subtract the same number from both sides, I will subtract 2, because x plus 2 and I will subtract 2 equals 4 minus 2. Okay, so 2 minus 2 equals 0. So I have here just x, and 4 minus 2 equals 2. So 2 here is a solution for the equation x plus 2 equals 4. Okay, next I have the same thing about multiplying and dividing both sides by the same natural number, but not equal to 0. I cannot multiply or divide both sides by number. I cannot divide or multiply the both sides by the same number, 0. Okay, so I can multiply or divide by any number except 0. Okay, so multiplying and dividing would not affect the equality of the equation. Okay, so if I have here 2x plus 8 and I wanted to find the value of x, so I will divide both sides by 2 to cancel 2 that next to x. So it will be 2x equals 8, and I will divide both sides by 2, so it will be 2 divided 2 equals 1, so x will be equal to just 4. So 4 is a solution for this equation. Okay, the next one here, I have x divided 3 equals 6. Okay, so I have here x divided 3 equals 6. So I will multiply both sides by 3 to cancel 3 from the denominator here. Okay, so I will say x divided 3 by 3. Okay, I can write it like this. So I will write just dot like this, and I will write 3, and here I will write just dot like this, and it will be like 3. I can write the multiplication sign like this or like this. Okay, so I can say 3 times x over 3, so 3 will cancel 3, so it will give me just x. Okay, and here I have 6 times 3, it gives me 18, so x equals 18. So 18 is the solution for the equation. Okay, okay, let's return to multiplication, to addition and subtraction. Here I add 3 to both sides to give me the value of x. I have another way to solve the equation. When I want to find the value of x or put the x in one side alone, so I would do this. I will send the negative 3 to the other side, or I can use the inverse operation. So I can say, if I have x minus 3 equals 5, I will send negative 3 or minus 3 to the other side. It will be plus 3. Okay, so I will have here just x, and here I have 5 plus 3, and it will be equal to 8. Okay, and here I can send the plus 2 to the other side with the inverse operation. So I can say x plus 2 equals 4. So here I would send plus 2 to the other side with the inverse operation. So it will be x equals 4 minus 2. So it will be x equals 2. Here, in the multiplication and division operation, I can use the same method. Okay, so I can say here, if I have 2x equals 8, I can say I will send 2 to the other side with the inverse operation. But here I have a multiplication operation, so the inverse operation will be division operation. So I can say x equals 8 divided 2. So 8 divided 2 equals 4. So the value of x equals 4. Here I have x divided 3 equals 6. So I can say x divided 3 equals 6, I will send 3 to the other side with the inverse operation. Okay, so it will be, I have here a division operation, so the inverse operation will be a multiplication operation. So I can say x equals 6 multiplied by 3, so it will be just 18. So the value of x equals 18. It's just two methods. You can choose any method to solve the equation, but you must find the true value of the unknown. Because if you don't use the method correctly, you will not find the true value of x. Okay? So the third part here of our lesson is how to solve a lot of equations, and we have a lot of examples to understand the lesson well. Okay? The first one here, I have x plus 3 equals 12. So I will send plus 3 to the other side with the inverse operation. Okay? So it will be like minus 3. So I can say x equals 12 minus 3 equals 9. So the value of x equals 9. So the solution of the equation is 9. Okay? Next, I have t plus 36 equals 39. So I will send plus 36 to the other side with the inverse operation. So I can say t equals 39 minus 36. 39 minus 36 equals 3. So the value of t is 3. Okay? Next, I have y minus 25 equals 65. So I will send negative or minus 25 to the other side, so it will be plus 25. Okay, so y equals 65 plus 25, so it will be 9, so 90. So the value of y equals 90. Okay, next I have x minus 5 equals the absolute value of negative 2. But the absolute value of negative 2 is just 2. Okay, so I will send negative 5 or minus 5 to the other side with the inverse operation. It will be just plus 5. Okay, so x equals 2 plus 5 equals 7. So the value of x equals 7. Okay, next I have 7 plus z equals 17.8. So I will send plus 7 to the other side with the inverse operation. So it will be minus 7. Okay, so the value of z equals 17.8 minus 7. Okay, 17 minus 7 equals 10, and I will have the decimal point, and next I have 8. So the value of z is 10.8. Next, I have y minus 0.2 equals 0.8. So I will send minus 0.2 to the other side with the inverse operation. So I will have plus 0.2. So y equals 0.8 plus 0.2. So it will be just 1. Okay, so the value of y equals 1. Next, I have 3x equals 27. So I want to find the value of x. So I will use the inverse operation. I will send 3 to the other side with the inverse operation. So I have here a multiplication. So the inverse operation will be a division. So x equals 27 divided by 3 equals 9. Okay, so the value of x is 9. Next, I have 5t equals 20. So I want to find the value of t. So I can say I will send the 5 to the other side with the inverse operation. And the inverse operation here would be division, because I have 5 multiplied by t. Okay, so t equals 20 divided by 5, it will be 4. So t is 4, or the value of t is 4. Next, 37 times y equals 37. So I will send 37 here to the other side with the inverse operation, so it will be like division. Okay, so the value of y equals 37 divided by 37 equals 1. So the value of y is 1. Okay, next I have 5a equals 0. Any number by 0 always equals 0. Any number by 0 equals 0. Okay, so when I multiply 5 by a number and the result is 0, the number will be 0. Okay, so the value of a is 0. Okay, next, x over 6 equals 12. So I wanted to find the value of x. So I will say I will send 6 to the other side with the inverse operation. And the inverse operation here will be multiplication, because I divided x by 6. Okay, so I will say x equals 12 by 6. And 12 by 6 equals 72. So the value of x equals 72. Next I have y divided by 6 equals 7. So I will send 6 to the other side with the inverse operation, so it will be like times x times 6. So y equals 7 by 6 equals what? Equals 42. So the value of y is 42. Next I have 70 equals 50 plus t. So I will send 50 to the other side with the inverse operation. So 50 here added to t. So I will use the inverse operation here will be subtraction. So t equals 70 minus 50. 70 minus 50 equals 20. So the value of t is 20. Next, I have 16 equals n minus 3. So I will send minus 3 to the other side with the inverse operation. So it will be plus 3. Okay, so n equals 16 plus 3 equals 19. So the value of n is 19. 48 equals 4 times y. So I want to find the value of y. So I will divide both sides by 4, or I can send 4 to the other side with the inverse operation. Okay, so it will be 48 divided by 4. So the value of y is 12. Okay, next I have some questions like this. The first one here, if x over 5 equals 3, then x equals what? So I can multiply both sides by 5. So I can say x over 5 multiplied by 5 equals 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, so 5 cancel 5, so it will be just x, and 3 times 5 equals 15. So the value of x is 15. Next, I have 2 over 5 times x equals 2 over 5. Any number by 1 equals the same number. Here I have 2 over 5, and here I have the same 2 over 5. So I multiplied this fraction by 1 to give me the same fraction. Okay, so the value of x is 1. Okay, but if I want to find the value of x without using the properties of multiplication and division, okay, so I can say I will multiply, or I will divide both sides. I will multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the fraction. Okay, so it will be 2 over 5 by 5 over 2. Okay, all of these multiplied by x. Okay, equals 2 over 5 by 5 over 2. So 2 over 2 equals 1, 5 over 5 equals 1, 5 over 5 equals 1, 2 over 2 equals 1. So the value of x is 1. Okay, next I have k minus 1 equals 5. Then k plus 2 equals what? So first I wanted to find the value of k. Then I will substitute in this expression to find the value of it. Okay, so k minus 1 equals 5. So I will send minus 1 to the other side with the inverse operation. So it will be k equals 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 equals 6. So the value of k is 6. So 6 plus 2 equals what? Equals 8. So the value of the expression is 8. Next, x plus 2 equals 5. So 4x equals what? So I want to find the value of x first. So I will send plus 2 to the other side with the inverse operation. Plus 2, it will be minus 2. 5 minus 2 equals 3. So the value of x will be 3. So I can say 4x equals 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, next, if m plus 3 equals 15, then half of m, or half m, equals what? So I can say m plus 3 equals 15. So I will send plus 3 to the other side with the inverse operation. So it will be m equals 15 minus 3. 15 minus 3 equals 12. So the value of m is 12. But I want the half of the value of m. So I can say 1 half by 12 equals what? Equals 6. Because I would divide 2 and 12 by 2. It will be 1 and 6. 1 by 6 equals 6 over 1 equals 6. Here, 8 times x equals 0. Then 100 of x equals what? In the previous page, I told you that if any number multiplied by 0, the result will be always 0. Here, I multiplied 8 by a number and the result is 0. So this number is always 0. So I can say here 8 times 0 equals 0. So the value of x is 0. Okay, so I can say 100 times 0 is always 0. So the value of the expression is 0. Okay, and with this we have finished our video today, in which we explained the definition of the equation and how to solve it using different methods. I hope you enjoy this lesson a lot, because it's very important in our curriculum and it's It will be repeated with us again in the coming stages, but in more advanced way. Okay? See you soon in a new video and a new lesson. I am Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Goodbye.